Say again?
Yeah, they are big, Mason. Really big. Maybe 270 kilos.
Oh, wow.
Can you hear?
Oh, they sound fantastic. Oh, super.
I don't know. Let's talk about Hannibal.
I don't want to. We have to.
And we've been putting it off. Let's get it over with.
Yeah.
Hello, welcome to Just Another Horror
If she would have
Podcast.
gotten naked, it would have made this movie a lot better.
Oh, I was going to ask
Julianne
that question.
Moore?
Julianne Moore hot? Not?
I don't know.
Not hot?
She's pretty
But I
sexy.
look at her naked.
I've seen her naked.
Man, that black
Yeah, in The Big Lebowski, right?
The Big
She's all
Lebowski
naked.
and
Nice.
Boogie Nights.
She reminds me of like.
Nights, we should review that.
She reminds me of like Kate Winslet's young mom or older sister.
She looked pretty hot in that black dress at the end.
Yeah, I was waiting for a boob to
I
be down a
know.
little bit.
No, Hannibal's classy.
Is he?
Classy. I mean, the movie as a
This,
whole.
who did this? Who
Was
directed
this
this?
Tony Scott, or was this... Which one was it?
Ripley
The guy who did Alien.
Scott.
Ridley Scott.
Ridley Scott.
Ripley
He
Scott.
said Downey or something.
Ripley, I like what you
Yeah.
did there.
Ripley. What's that?
Ripley is...
Oh, from Alien! Oh, wow. Not sure. They didn't know.
I still haven't done the intro.
Shut up with that intro.
People know us.
Do they?
Yeah, sure.
Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I say,
Thank
welcome
God,
to
this
the
is the
podcast.
last movie for listener request.
I know, this is
Did the
it.
On the Gates go up yet?
Nope. It's sitting right there.
Okay.
In that little orange thing. So,
Alright, let's do this. Hannibal. We can get through it.
John, that's,
Ben.
and that's,
Cobra.
and you can all see me pointing with my finger on the audio podcast.
Yeah.
This is the last request. It was made by Shag McGee, or...
Shaggy?
Shaggy.
I don't know if
It
it's
wasn't me.
Shaggy, but,
I didn't do it on the counter. It wasn't me in the bathroom. We got freaky in the kitchen when we were cooking breakfast.
I bet you didn't know you were going to get that, listeners.
no, I just let him... I'm not going to stop him.
Sometimes I just freestyle. What?
I didn't want to say it. Plug
You
Shaggy.
don't have to.
Zoinks!
Wow. Plug Matthew Lillard?
Ooh. Liver alone.
We don't, there was no...
John doesn't know what...
This is the greatest opening ever.
There's no reason behind this.
Behind what?
I tried behind why he requested this.
Oh,
I
okay.
tried reasoning with him to get us to watch
Did he
Red
respond
Dragon.
back?
No.
Does he like this movie?
Wait a minute.
Yes.
He hasn't responded back. Why are we doing this for him?
I don't
He
know.
might not be listening anymore.
Well, he did a show with the other show with me, and
Oh.
And he likes this movie.
he likes this movie. I mean,
You think
It's-
he's Mercer's Hannibal Lecter?
I don't know. Are you Mercer's Hannibal Lecter? Let us know. Write in, let us know, and let us know why you like this. Because, and by the way, next time, if there is a next time that we do a listener request month,
It's not looking good, people.
people need to explain yourselves a little bit better.
And make sure they're like horror movies.
What this is? Oh, this isn't really horror,
Not
is it?
really, no.
I wouldn't even consider. Oh, that
It's
just
thriller, but I would
Yeah,
say it's
there's
more
some
of a thriller,
gore
but-
effects, but
I've heard people try to say that this was that was trying to be like a black comedy. Did you even remotely
What?
see that? I've heard
There was
that.
nothing funny about this movie.
I've heard that, and I'm still trying to
there's
figure it out.
parts like you can kind of look at it like that, but you gotta
What,
be like
Gary
you have,
Oldman's
you
deformed
have to be
face?
like
I don't.
you have to be like one of those what are those guys called that ride in the ambulance from place to place? Not the paramedics.
Patience.
Paramedics. You'd have to be like a paramedic and have that kind of sense of humor to think that any of this was funny. How they deal with like horrible things, they start developing this terrible black sense of humor.
Okay, so this guy with the skin face I have.
Yeah,
Do you know who this is?
Gary Oldman.
Yeah, but
Plays anybody, anytime.
I love Gary Oldman. Don't get me wrong. I liked a lot of people.
what
in the
his
cast,
character
but-
though? Should I know who this character is from
No,
a
it's
previous
Lecter's.
one?
It's Lecter's fourth victim, so they're just throwing that number out there.
Oh.
What, Lecter killed 12 people?
14.
12,
14, 15,
No,
somewhere
no.
there. But this was Lecter's fourth victim.
Well, I
He's
guess
the
he's-
only one that survived.
Yeah.
Oh.
From what I'm gathering, it's his own fault.
Yeah, I don't think
So
Lecter
Lecter
really did
took a piece of
anything.
glass, said, "Cut your face." The guy who did it,
He
and now
took
he's all mad
he took
at
some
him.
sort of tablet. I can't remember what kind, but it made him freak out and shit.
Okay, he's blaming drugs.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is
Holy-
Mason Verger, right? Or Verger.
Verger, I think.
Skin face.
Skin face.
Just call him skin face.
Okay, the biggest change from Silence of the Lambs is they changed Clarice Starling, and Julianne Moore just doesn't.
She's not Clarice
She's
Starling.
not. She's not Jodie Foster. Man.
No.
I hate Jodie Foster, so I am
I loved
okay
her.
with this
I-
change.
In that movie,
She was
that's her
great.
character.
Yeah.
Her character was that kind of. Yeah.
I think it was the worst part of song. Jodie Foster.
Maybe it's because she seems so opposite than Jodie Foster with like. how
Jodie
she-
Foster looks like a
Jodie
woman
Foster.
and not
I know
a
she was
man.
in training. She seemed kind of meek a bit in Silence of the Lambs.
And
where-
now all of a sudden
yeah,
this woman
Julianne
is in
Moore
charge.
is like
Yeah.
in
She's
charge.
got attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When she says about so it opens up with a raid. I guess is it the FBI and the DEA
I have
together?
a problem with this, like, immediately.
Oh my
This
God! They're
movie-
undercover. She has a badge
Yeah.
on her belt
Well,
with
these
a gun
guys-
holstered.
These guys are the worst undercover agents ever.
Absolutely.
They
One
are
guy's just
not-
like sitting on the phone, like looking around, like
Yeah, these guys are not inconspicuous at all.
Okay. Let's get to this point here. This movie is fucking 2 hours long.
Oh,
It's too fucking long.
well, yeah.
way too long.
It
And-
starts with an action movie here.
This scene, after they filmed it, they should have looked at it and been like, this can be cut and we can put in 2 lines like,
Yeah.
that raid you did and blah, blah, blah.
there was
back
a
then."
baby in that woman's arms or
Yeah.
something.
We don't need to see it because it looks like shit and it's done poorly.
It's like Michael Bay got 5 minutes of the opening
Yeah.
of this movie. He's like, let's do some explosions and shots here, here, and here.
So this all could have been cut. This is completely... And again, this happened 2 of the last 3 movies we've watched. I've been like, am I watching the
And
right
it's called
fucking movie?
Hannibal.
What is this?
Hannibal.
Yeah.
Not Clarice. Not Starling.
Um,
Not even
This
Red
movie is
Dragon.
not... This movie isn't even about Hannibal at all. Like,
Well-
he's in it, but it's not really about him.
well, I think it. Am I right on? What's his name that wrote the books? Where is it? Thomas Harris.
That's it.
Am I right that Silence of the Lambs was so popular, and I think he was working on a follow-up book, Hannibal, and they pushed him to write as
That's
fast
what
as
happened.
possible to make another movie sequel as fast as possible,
Yeah.
and it shows.
Then why did it take fucking 10 years? Or 8 years?
Well, I don't know when he started Hannibal,
Oh.
but
But you said Silence of the Lamb became so popular.
Well,
it came
yeah,
out in 91.
well,
When did this come out?
maybe they. I don't know if Hannibal.
2000.
He might not have been writing Hannibal when Silence of the Lambs came out. So, like when it was discovered, he started a sequel to it. They might have started pushing him. I know the ending in the book is totally different, where Clarice actually goes off.
Wait a minute. This took place in 2001.
Yeah.
I remember that because they're looking at the FBI's most wanted list. And
Oh,
it's
Bin
on-
Laden.
Osama Bin Laden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was before 9/11, though. Because
Interesting.
I went to the theater to see this, and I know 9/11 hadn't happened yet.
Ray Liotta is here. and
Why?
Is he the director of the FBI?
Don't know.
I think so.
I know
He's
he-
head up.
He tried to sleep with Clarice at some point.
Oh,
brings
he was
that
like
up.
staring at her.
Yeah.
He was looking at her legs. Sexual harassment was rampant throughout this
Yeah.
movie.
Yep, Ray Liotta's a dirty FBI agent. He's a hornball.
His name's Krenler, and he's just a piece of shit. Just,
Yeah.
I like Ray Liotta as a good guy.
Yeah.
As a good fella.
He's not.
Yeah,
he's bad.
I
at
see what you did
this.
there.
See what I did there? He's a good fella.
Yeah, I know. He's in Goodfellas. I get the joke.
You're a funny guy.
That's right.
See what I did there? What? You're just a funny guy.
Another problem with this movie is this unnecessary thing that's going on in Florence, Italy.
Best part of this movie, because I've been to Florence, and it was fun looking at like some
They're
of the
trying to
streets I'd
make
walked
2
down.
or 3 different
What's it like to be
movies.
rich, Ben?
Oh, yeah.
Why? Because I went to Italy?
Have you ever been to Italy,
I've
John?
been to Canada for a week. That's it.
I was in
I've
Italy
been to Canada for a day. That's my only stint outside the country.
I was in Italy for 9 days. It was fun.
Rich.
I went with my history department at school.
Had HBO as a kid. Went to
Yeah, I
Italy.
know.
Jesus.
You fucking dick. You're so rich compared to us. We were trying to watch scrambled porn on Showtime with the lines. Is that a boob or an
And you
elbow?
just turned it to Showtime.
Yeah, it's fun. The best part of this movie was just looking at the streets in Florence, and
My problem is that this is like 3 different movies.
kind of is.
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on, why Skinface was trying to get... I didn't know that he was trying to get Lecter until halfway through the movie.
Okay, they're not using like Interpol, but they're using some sort of international crime database. So they make mention that Gary Oldman's family is rich, not rich enough to buy a Senate seat or something, but enough to influence it. He's on a mission to track down Lecter because Lecter disfigured his face. So they did this thing with this like faux Interpol thing. Who is Gary Oldman paying to track Lecter down on this Interpol thing?
What's his name?
Is it Ray Liotta's character?
Yeah, Krenler.
Yeah, okay,
They
so
contact each other later.
But he also has a team in Florence
that's going to bag Lecter.
that's going to take him on.
Well,
that are
that's after
hiring-
the.
Well,
That's,
you know, if
that's
you didn't
after
do that-
the police inspector. Who I love that guy, that actor. He's
I don't remember what.
But doesn't he talk to those guys early in the movie, too, before he has them? Because they're like... He has them listening to the hogs getting ready to bite people in half or something.
No, that's who he ordered the hogs from, I think.
But that family of guys is also who goes to bag Lecter with the
I didn't think
Italian
they knew
cop,
Lecter-
retired cop. Is he no, he's not retired.
I think he's just like an inspector or something. Like
Yeah,
he's
he
the
is.
detective.
Why is he always at the museum with Lecter?
He went there to investigate a disappearance of the person who was there before.
So Lecter killed the guy.
Yeah, basically, like
Took his
killed
job.
him.
And,
Calls himself Dr. Fell, I think.
Yeah. So he struck up a friendship with?
No, he just asked him questions.
Oh,
and then
he's still-
Hannibal started doing his stupid shit where he's asking them like 7 or 8 questions about their personal life, and it got his attention.
And he finds out eventually that this is Hannibal Lecter,
They-
and that there's
okay.
a $3 million reward for him.
This is... I don't know why they tried to tie this all like they did, but the FBI in the U.S. is requesting a tape from Florence, and when the director
Oh, because
comes
the
in,
sniffers.
Yeah.
They've got these fragrant sniffers, and they sniff an envelope that Lecter wrote to them, and they're like,
yeah, that's a funny
"That's
scene.
got a hint of this, and that only comes
It's
in
got
Italy." or
Samir from
something.
fucking Office Space in it, and
It's Ventura's, Ace Ventura's
Oh, yeah, that's,
landlord.
Ventura. Yes, Satan?
That's
What's that?
Ned.
he's in Pi too. He's
What's his
the
face?
math
I
guy.
can't say his name from Office Space. Ned.
Zamir Naid, not gonna work anymore.
Zamir Najininar. Najininar?
Was he short on work?
Najininar.
He goes from Office Space to being a sniffer in Hannibal.
Well, he wasn't sniffing. He was at the hearing for Starling about how the raid went bad.
Jesus Christ, I can't keep up with all this. Are you sure he wasn't the sniffer?
Yeah, he was.
The main sniffer was Ventura's,
Okay,
Yep.
but
I
there
thought
were
there
like
were 3
3
of them.
sniffers at
Yeah.
the table. Is that their job?
I guess.
Do they just sniff stuff?
Hey, dude, you got a nose like that?
You gotta use
Sell it to
something.
the highest bidder. Someone's
I
gonna.
don't know how good my nose is. I can smell things sometimes.
I'm a pretty good smeller. It's my best sense.
I have a feeling living in a house with 3 cats, it's good that I can't smell anything.
Oh God. You have 3 cats now?
Yeah.
Oh, you had that one that just never is seen.
Pissing
Sleeps under
behind
the
couches, pissing under beds. Probably.
Oh, nope, that cat would be gone.
Yeah. Well, it's not my choice.
Oh, I have here. They're trying really hard here. The inspector guy in Florence, totally dressed like Brad Pitt in Seven. It had a very Seven vibe to it, and Seven had
A lot
come
of
out a
movies
couple
are
years
about-
before this.
Yeah, a lot of
I thought
movies
they
are
could have had a
about
little
that.
sex scene with him and his wife.
I don't want to see him. Just focus on the wife.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, just
clearly they're
have the camera
at
up here the
best,
entire time.
Okay, so you'll take his butt for a set of boobs, though.
Well, it's insinuated that this woman is out of his league, and he's basically paying to have her around.
Yeah,
Like,
she keeps wanting to go to these expensive operas, and
she's high class. She knows like art and shit like that, and he doesn't know a goddamn thing. He's just like, oh yeah, it's great, looks good.
That's because he's a cop.
The whole point is like Hannibal is in a different kind of culture, and this woman is in a different kind of culture, and he's not because he's a cop.
well, you were talking about the smellers.
Yeah.
Lecter sends Clarice a letter,
Yeah.
and that's where she hires these
Smellers to smell where this...
what they can get off this letter, not just
That's a vanilla clove from the island of Indonesia. I'd know that anywhere.
It smells semen from.
Smells like
Ew.
he jerked off on the letter.
That's probably from
That's him.
John.
That's him. That's
John
him.
must have farted if you smell semen.
You know what? If I ever send a letter to the FBI, I'm gonna fart in the envelope so that their sniffers
You
get
get
a
it.
big whiff of
What did you
shit.
say?
I said if you smell semen, John must have farted.
Oh, that. Now I'm a little bit sick.
Oh my god. That's.
Ew.
That was gross.
Yeah.
I think it was meant to be. So, kudos. Are we even doing this right? Are we doing this linearly?
I don't. It's. I think this letter from Lecter. I just have blah 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 blah. blah.
Yeah,
like it's very boring.
She listens to tapes of him talking romantically about her. For
Oh no,
the
she
entire
goes.
Movie.
She goes and she wants the handler from Silence of the Lambs, the one who would take her to and from Lecter's cell.
Gave what's his name a mask.
Well, he
Sold it to him.
he
Both
took
of them.
all of Lecter's memorabilia, all of his personal possessions,
Do you know who that guy is?
and he's selling them like on eBay as
Oh,
serial
yeah.
killer memorabilia. And Clarice finds out, and she basically just confiscates everything he has left. And she kind of talks to him about why Lecter. Aren't you scared Lecter's going to come back for you? And
No, because I was nice. I
Yeah.
wasn't rude.
that guy
so he sold the mask to Gary Oldman.
Yes.
is from Coming to America. He's the apartment
Oh yeah, he is.
landlord.
No
guy.
way, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. That guy seemed older in that movie than
And what?
Coming to America. He seems like he'd be older than the
What
guy
he would be now.
But yeah, I have here on board a
Yeah.
professional smeller. And
Everyone's
then Ray Liotta
Googling.
just said queer.
Hey, Liotta says queer. Now everyone's drawing.
More sexual harassment.
Hannibal puts gloves on. Oh no, that's not good.
Oh man, that's an interesting plot point.
So the detective
God
in,
calls a number.
The guy-
this is where he's looking up the FBI.
Yeah, the
thing.
detective in Florence calls a number basically to report Lecter. And they basically say, we need fingerprints.
Who was that guy? I thought it was the guy from his own office. at
I thought it
first.
was the Gary Oldman guy.
It's somebody
Like,
getting back to Gary Oldman.
Yeah, like he set that whole thing up for like a
in case
tip
they
line.
find. Okay.
If you
Also,
find
he
Lecter,
got
call
an
me.
X-ray of a bone in the mail that he tried to show to Clarice.
It was something they broke Lecter's arm.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck that was all about. How do you?
It didn't go anywhere. It didn't mean anything.
Oh,
How
no.
do you? That's not a
What?
fingerprint.
I was just tying up that donut you just ate.
I'm like, I'm not letting it sit there anymore. I think Cobra's going for
So
it.
how? Like an X-ray is not a fingerprint. So if you throw an X-ray in front of me and be like, "This is Lecter's arm," how do you?
You match it to his other broken arm.
I don't know, but
There's a lot. Well, first of all, I had a problem with the sniffers being able to locate the exact smell of this letter.
so the Italian police detective. He's trying to get Lecter's fingerprints to send away, basically to verify this is Lecter. He hires like the best pickpocket in Florence,
Holy shit.
who is the worst pickpocket in Florence.
Yeah.
He
He's
is
clearly
nutting.
tracking this guy. Like, be a little more.
I think they make eye contact at once.
They do. And Hannibal's immediately like, I'm gonna fucking kill
This
this
guy's
guy.
dead.
I don't know.
My other problem is when Lecter does kill cop guy. I just don't like he would be found
Oh, he kills him right in front of like.
right in front of people.
Many
He just sits
witnesses.
there and stands for minutes. Like somebody's gonna get you.
There's like
Nope.
there's
Nobody
100
gets them.
tourists right below in the streets, and
I'm sure some of them were like, I just saw a stabbing, just keep walking, just keep walking.
I probably would have if I was in this situation. Nope, didn't see that.
You know why I don't like Hannibal in
Did
this movie?
Clarice get like reassigned or
I don't even
a talking to because of
I
the
didn't
found
like her.
that
I didn't like
letter.
her brown glasses either.
I don't like Hannibal in this movie because he's not a scary character when he's just fucking walking around.
Well, no, this is I mean, come on. This is
Well,
we're
I guess-
basically making Lecter sympathetic in this movie.
They try to.
Yeah, because he saves Clarice at the end. So
Well,
now you
it's
gotta
also-
feel bad
He's
for
good to
this
rude.
guy.
He's
It's
good to nice people. He kills all the rude people and blah.
It's
blah,
also
blah.
the whole story is not the police really trying to get Lecter. It's really Gary Oldman's character trying to get Lecter and kill him, and we have to stop that.
Why? It would be fine.
That's what I'm just like. He's a bad guy. Like, let this guy kill him.
And the pickpocket is following Hannibal, and all of a sudden he gets in front of him, and
Stabbed. He gets
he
stabbed.
gets stabbed
Right in the balls.
Yeah.
almost.
That was a
in the dick.
ridiculous blood spurt.
Yeah, that seemed like a lot. For the crotch area.
Very I spit on your grave ish.
Is there a artery that runs through your lower gut?
Do you ever see I Spit on Your Grave?
Once.
The girl and him are in the tub, and she gets a knife and cuts his balls, and it just goes like a fucking fountain. It's terrible.
I guess there's a lot of blood flow that's supposed to happen to others, so...
If you're excited.
so maybe there is. I didn't take anatomy class in college or anything.
Well, she got. That's what you were talking about. She got in the tub naked with him. There was no need for her to be running around nude the whole movie. She got in the
Everything
tub
she
naked
did,
with
yeah,
him.
she gets raped by him, and then she tries to have sex with him again before she kills them all. She's like, "I'll teach you, but first you gotta put that dick in my pussy." Yeah. Ah.
I think we misunderstood the message of that movie completely.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, so he does manage to get him to touch the bracelet, right?
Oh yeah, he buys
Yeah, he
a
gets
very
enough of a
shiny
print.
bracelet that Lecter's supposed to know the pickpocket's happening and grab the guy's arm.
Yep.
And
No
leave
wonder this guy can't afford nice tickets for his wife. He's gonna buy bracelets to get fucking people's fingerprints on him.
I thought that was. I like how they played that. That the woman was kind of, sort of like, didn't really give a shit about this guy when she said something like, "Let's not sit in the back this time" and stuff like that. It was subtle. So okay, movie, fine. I'll give you a point for that. Subtlety.
So Guinness writes a letter to Clarice, declaring her
Who?
Clarice.
No,
Guinness?
The Guinness World Records, yeah. Guinness World Records writes
You're
it.
bringing that up.
Oh,
It's-
most.
Most kills by a
kills
female
by a
agent
female agent.
in a raid. Or something like that.
No, I think it was all-time kills.
Career, yeah.
All-time kills for a female agent.
Wow.
She's got the Guinness records. I don't know why they brought that up. To make her look bad?
After Lecter, kills the police inspector, Lecter's in America immediately.
Oh, yeah, that whole thing.
Lecter was where?
He comes to America.
In this movie.
Yeah.
I had no
The
idea.
second half of the movie takes place in America. That's what's so stupid about it. They spend this entire time in Florence, and all of a sudden we're in America.
You had no idea.
Yeah, right? It happened so fast for no reason.
Wait.
Yeah.
Gary Oldman is in America. His farm is in America.
After the inspector thing fails, they come up with a new plan. The plan is to lure Lecter
Okay, but
towards
they-
Clarice so they can get
How did they fly him over?
He just flew, bought a ticket. Probably under his...
He's on a plane later in the movie.
Yeah, no, but they captured him in Florence.
No, they
No, they
didn't.
didn't.
He got away.
Wait.
He was like a fucking ninja slicing people's necks and shit on his
That's
way
why
out.
it was funny when you said, why did he kill this
Oh,
guy?
yeah.
All these witnesses saw him, but he still got away.
This movie's terrible.
There's only one way out of that building, and yet he walked right out the door.
This movie's terrible. I can't even keep up with it.
Well, their plan is to make Krendler find evidence in her house. I think her house or her files or something that gets Clarice suspended. Then that would piss off Hannibal, who would try to make contact with Clarice. Then they could capture Hannibal. That was his plan. It was really fucking convoluted,
Fucking genius.
but it worked!
We get to see Gary Oldman's pigs that he ordered eating a mannequin.
This is so fucking stupid.
Come on, pony, bite the wiener. Bite it. Come on, good pony. That's it. Now bite it off. Bite off the wiener. Good pony. Oh, no, Pony, he'll like that.
Was this like a thing?
Scott Tenorman.
Was this a thing like in the late 90s, early 2000s? Because didn't Snatch have a mobster who housed pigs to eat his...
Mm-hmm.
Why was this such a... Why were
that's good, though, because pigs can eat the bones and everything, get rid of dead bodies.
Well, I understand
this,
that, but like, I feel like it was like a thing in like the...
This guy's raising someone just to eat his feet, essentially.
He's gonna torture him, is what he's doing. That's part of the torture.
Yeah, because you don't want... It's not like you're feeding
And
dead
why?
bodies.
Okay,
to a
if
pig,
Gary
they're gonna kill
Oldman
him.
only got his face cut off, why is he all paraplegic?
Probably the nerves got fucking
Yeah, I
fucked
think that's
up.
what he said, like,
Yeah.
his- all of his nerves and... I don't know if he did anything more to his own body.
That's just your face,
and
right?
cut his face
Wasn't he
out.
also hanging when he was doing this?
I don't remember.
Upside down?
No, I think he was like
Too bad.
spinning around and he was cutting off his face and shit.
He was
Yeah,
spinning
he was
around.
I thought he was just standing on a table or something, but I don't know.
I don't remember. Fuck this movie.
Gary Oldman he was gay, right?
Mhm.
I thought he was going to have a...
Oh, he was trying to have sex with Lecter?
Well,
Yeah, he was.
something happened. Oh, he was like a pedophile in the courts. I think because he had money, he didn't go away to prison, and he
Well,
had to
Lecter
go.
was over there so they could fuck. That's what was going on.
But I think Lecter...
Yeah.
But I think Lecter was like, I'm not fucking you.
Well, I think Lecter was his therapist.
That
The
could be
court
too.
mandate.
Yeah.
And so he was going to Lecter. But, again, it's pretty convoluted.
Well, this plan doesn't work
Did
at
Hannibal
all.
get tased yet?
Yeah, he got tased.
This is when they snagged.
Yeah, they did catch him in Florence. That's
No,
what
they
I'm
didn't.
saying.
They didn't.
Did anyone else think it was a weird card?
They did not catch
they,
him in
they
Florence.
caught him in America.
The FBI was talking to Clarice in the
Didn't
United
Clarice
States.
fly to Florence?
No.
She might have been about to. No, that's right. She was talking to that guy and said, we're going to fly over to the Florence. And then
that's
Hannibal
when-
picked up the phone and killed
Yeah.
him. So they were like, never mind.
Because Clarice was telling him, like, don't try anything on your own.
Yeah.
Hannibal's going to kill you.
Oh, that was at the mall he gets tasered.
Yep.
The merry-go-round.
They talk to each other on the phone for a while because they're in love.
Hello,
And
Clarice.
fucking
Are they in love?
I think.
Did
they're-
she love him?
She,
Not in a million
the
years.
book, she goes off into the sunset with Lecter in this book.
I was gonna say, I think in the show, Robin said that she has sex
I never
with
watched the
him,
show.
or she has sex with Lecter and Will. What a whore!
Wow. Damn. She's playing both sides.
I've never seen the show. Have you? So, did you
No,
see
I
the
She
show?
said it was
I-
good.
you
It
know
got
what?
canceled, but she
I
said
was
it
really never interested in this as a series or anything.
No,
Hannibal-
not.
he only killed 14 people.
It's
Jason
kinda
Voorhees killed 18 in one movie. Fuck this guy.
I've never found Hannibal to be an interesting character either, to be honest.
It's kind of like, well, they made Hannibal, the TV show, at the same time they made Bates Motel, and that was another character. I'm like,
Don't
I
really
like the
care.
first Psycho, but I didn't really need any.
No.
Aw, the second one's alright.
Yeah, it is, but it's a slasher, all right.
It's
No,
not-
that's the one with the mystery. Like the phone keeps ringing, and he thinks it's his mom
Is that the one with Dennis
the
Franz?
entire time.
Yeah.
It's Dennis Franz in it.
I don't remember.
He's
if
in
he
2
is.
or 3, one of them. That's been a while since I've seen
Two's
it, but I remember
really good.
liking them.
Is it?
Yeah,
Maybe we need to check out the Psycho series sometime.
I think so.
Don't get carried away.
3's the straight up slasher, and 4's the one where he calls into the radio hotline and talks about his mom.
I think I've seen 4.
Is that the one where he calls the radio?
Is that the one that, like, he keeps seeing the ghost of his mother?
I think that's 2.
No. Because Anthony Perkins was old.
Okay, there's a few series that we're gonna have to at least watch, and that's probably
At some point,
Phantasm.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre is gonna have to. happen.
There's a lot of phantasms now. I wouldn't mind seeing the first 2 or 3, but you
I
start
think
getting
there's
6.
There's 6 of them.
Oof.
Movies like this make me appreciate the simpleness of Friday the 13th. They're just so straightforward. They get an hour and a half in, out, you have fun, you're
Did
done.
we have the Evil Dead camera through the woods yet? What was that?
There
Did you
was?
guys
When
remember-
was that?
Right after
I don't remember.
Hannibal is on a lift, Clarice saves Hannibal.
And Cat Linton.
Oh, okay.
They have like these camera shots. It's like an overview, but it's all cutting through woods. Yeah, it was stupid.
Well, okay, we're skipping a lot here.
Well,
I know. Hannibal, we can do it fast. Hannibal gets captured by this fucking Mason Verger, but
Skin face.
his cronies are fucking terrible because Clarice fucking goes in there and kills all of them. And then... no, she shoots somebody up in the loft. They shoot her. Hannibal is now loose, picks up her. Mason Verger's like, blah, 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 blah. And Hannibal turns to his other crony.
no, it's like Hannibal's personal doctor. or aide or nurse or
He's like,
something.
just push that guy in.
Yeah,
Who,
Cordell.
I love that guy too.
Cordell, he's like, just push him in. Say,
As an
I get
actor,
it. He's
he's
like,
good.
alright.
Yeah, that was weird. Like, am I supposed to believe that this guy either hated,
Yes,
He
he
hated
did
him.
hate him.
but that Gary Oldman or
He's like
that Hannibal
Sanders,
Lecter is so good at
Mind control.
mind control.
That might have been what they were shooting for.
Oh, if that's it, that's bad because in one sentence he can be like, "Okay, I will kill this person."
Yeah, nah. Which is fine.
And then he gets eaten by a pig.
The music in this movie is terrible too.
It's all fancy violins and
It's
shit.
no
It's
good.
really weird.
And just when you think it's over, because the main villain that they're trying to show in this movie, we have like 15 more minutes. No.
This is the most infamous thing in
This
this.
is
this
the
is so-
this is the Sam and Frodo makeout scene that is 15 minutes too long.
This
Return
doesn't-
of the King.
This doesn't
Anybody?
lead.
This reminds me of-
This doesn't lead
What about
to
that
any-
doctor? Or what about that other patient you lobotomized?
Did he get a refund?
He gives Ray Liotta a lobotomy right at the table.
And he's having a great. This, you know what? I laughed at this a lot.
It's
I laughed at it a
It
lot.
is showing 2001 technology. That CGI was. Oof.
But fucking Ray Liotta being like, it smells good.
Yeah,
It tastes
it's like-
great. I fucking love that. I don't know if I was meant to. I think it's supposed to gross you out, but I was laughing my ass
It's
off.
funny because he's acting like he's 7 because
Yeah.
he just had a lobotomy.
Oh, that's where he
He's like, you
gets
can't
him
feel this part of the brain.
for his dinner date. And this is where Clarice looks pretty. Julianne Moore looks pretty good in this
Yeah, she
dress.
looks good in his black dress.
So
She tries all these tricks to.
She keeps trying to hit him over the head. with
Yeah, and
something.
he's like, "Stop it, Clarice! I know
She's
you're
still
gonna do
fucking high as shit from the
Yeah,
painkillers.
The morphine.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Ah, that reminds me of the action scene at the beginning. Does she not get shot in the stomach?
She gets shot a couple
Bulletproof
times.
vest.
There is
Yeah, go on.
fucking. Oh, she had a bulletproof vest?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say, there's no way she's up running around with 2 gunshots.
I guess she's a superhero too.
Yeah,
'cause
no,
she gets shot again and she's alright.
It's
Alright,
like
never
Michael
mind.
Myers.
He corners her against a refrigerator, so she handcuffs herself to him.
What happens here?
She cuts.
I'm thinking they're gonna make out at some point here.
He goes to cut. He's like, "I'm gonna cut your hand off if you don't give me the key." And then cutscene, and she has her hand. At the
It's
end.
implied
He
that
cut
he
his
cut his
own-
own hand off.
In
rather
the
than
book,
cut
I
her hand
think.
off.
Does he cut her hand off in the book?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he cuts his own hand off.
But he has both hands at the end, so I assume.
No, it's
Doesn't-
wrapped up.
Well, they don't show it. They don't show that.
It's in a
and
sling, right?
They leave everything implied. They don't show if he cut his own hand off or why.
I
it's
assumed
sling.
she was a pussy and gave the key up.
Ow.
I wouldn't get my hand cut off. I'd be like, "Fucking go, man."
You're gonna go anyway. Once you get my hand off, might as well keep my hand.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not gonna bleed out here.
But she was on morphine, so she's just not even like, oh, maybe I won't feel it.
Oh, all right.
So, cut to him on a plane, and some kid wants to eat some of his food.
You're a very
He
special boy.
has some brains and some other assorted food, and he just
Assorted
points.
food. He's got like caviar
Fancy
and
ass
like really expensive stuff because airplane food just doesn't cut it. He says.
And
He's just
he's
so
right.
fancy.
Airplane food, am I right?
Are you Jerry Seinfeld?
What's up with airplane food?
He's driving a parkway and parking a driveway. Oh my! And then
So it's-
fireworks in the movie.
It's implied that the little kid ate the brain, but you don't actually see it happen. It's just
It could have
implied.
been the caviar.
That was
Just
the
like
big.
the
It could have been anything.
That was the big. Oh my gosh! Moment.
This was meant to frighten people who had never seen anything even remotely controversial in their lives. Because this was boring.
Yes.
So, we'll start with Cobra this time. What did you give it?
I gave it a 3. It's just there's too much talking. There's too many.
Too much dialogue. Don't say
Yeah.
talking.
There's too much dialogue.
Too
but
many words.
there's also too many like subplots going on
Holy shit,
in this
yeah.
movie. I couldn't focus on it for the first 45 minutes. I didn't know that they were back in America. So I will give it credit when he cut the doctor's belly and hung up.
Spilled
It
out
looked kind of cool,
Yeah.
but at that point it was like I was gone.
We waited for over an hour to get that.
Anything, to get anything really. And in the movie's Hannibal, we don't get him for the first 30 minutes of the movie.
I think it was the first 28, 29 minutes. You don't hear his voice until then, and then it's like 33 minutes is I think when you first see him.
And then there's just so many things going on. Like, you're focused on Clarice for the first 25 minutes, then you don't hear from her again for 25 minutes. We're focused on the Italian guy, and then you got Skinface back in America, and then everything just...
That was his villainous name, too.
Skinface.
Skinface is back.
It's too long.
Crossover about Skinface and Plateface going at it.
Oh, Plateface with Dominic. He was the best. It's too long. The music wasn't very good. The acting, they had some good actors in it, but
they
didn't do much. Like I said, they talked and they doodled for most of the movie.
Doodled with their doodles.
Yeah, 3 out of 10.
All right, Ben.
Is that lava beans?
Better than the whole movie, Ben.
I'll give it a little more 4 out of 5. Or 4
out
of 10.
5. That's an 8 out of 10.
4 out of 10. I agree. It was just really bad pacing issues. It's called Hannibal, but you don't get them for a while into the movie. Gary Oldman's no villain. He's no Buffalo Bill. This isn't. I don't think it's a horror film at all. Like, I don't know. Nothing really horrific happened. It's more of a mystery, maybe.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I don't. It's
thriller.
It's a romantic thriller or something.
Oh, we forgot to say that he kisses her on the lips.
That's what I said. I thought they were going to make out and then got handcuffed.
I feel like how you see a movie and you're like, wow, it's like so 90s. It's really, really dated, and you never think of really anything. Like, this is 2001, and it's like, oh, like it's really dated itself. I don't know. Maybe it's just the CGI with that brain. It was pretty bad. I don't like the storyline that they're trying to make Lecter sympathetic. I feel like another serial killer and Lecter's helping Clarice again would have been a lot more fun to watch. And I have here that the shots of Florence and Julianne Moore in that black dress were the best things about this movie. So I give it 4 out of 10.
I would have rather watched Red Dragon, period.
Manhunter or Red Dragon. I watch neither.
Red Dragon is severely underrated, and this was... I didn't want to watch it. I've seen it once. I remember it being, long, and I didn't want to watch it again. So I put it off, and put it off, and put it off, just like you guys just watched it last night.
Mm-hmm.
And, it was everything I remembered it was. Overlong,
so had you only
convoluted.
Have you only watched this once?
Yeah.
This is my second time.
Second time I've seen it.
I saw it in the theaters, and then this is
my first full.
There were scenes. It had memorable scenes. The gutting of the guy, the pickpocket. Even though he was the worst pickpocket ever, I still remember seeing that scene. And the end with the brains it's fucking hysterical, if you ask me.
Maybe that's where they think the black comedy is.
Maybe. But that's the funniest thing that happened in this movie by far. So, everything else was... That's just Garrett. Everything else was boring, pointless. How am I supposed to feel sorry for somebody who just... He kills people just at his own discretion? If Jeffrey Dahmer fucking got out, or if Ted Bundy got out and started wearing suits and nice hats and running a library, nobody would be like, oh, he's such a nice guy, though.
Some people might.
It's ridiculous. And then trying to have an FBI agent be in love with a 60-year-old serial killer? Fuck this movie. I give it a 2.
Is that, Hannibal, is he that kind of character? Is that not that Ted Bundy was killing, clients or whatever.
No. He was giving
Ted
the
Bundy
police
was
advice.
The ladies' man.
Ted Bundy was the educated serial killer. He had psychology degree. He went to college.
He did.
Women thought he was sexy too.
He digged his way through all that shit. But it's supposed to be like a Ted Bundy.
Oh yeah, because Bundy helped catch the green criminals.
Kit Bundy.
Yeah, that's what I call it.
No, rewind the tape. I think you said Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy. He did help, I think, the police bring down the Green River Killer.
Yes, but he also would make up shit about why they were the way they were and all this psychology
that's right,
shit.
that's
Was the Green River Killer from Vermont?
Washington.
Yeah, Washington State. Which
That's
is where
very
Ted
far
Bundy did
away.
a lot of his killing.
That state's super violent.
Where do you do most of your killing, Ben?
Behind the Mercer Courthouse.
Oh, no wonder my clientele's been down lately.
Spanking him with a...
Alright, that's the end of
Skateboard.
Listener Request Month. Thank fucking God.
Next month is good, though.
Next month will be fun.
Hey, we really do appreciate people writing in. It's
Yeah,
like, please
I
watch
love
this.
the fact that you guys listen. I'm just like, what the fuck are these movies?
Step up your game, though.
Yeah.
There's a lot of movies out there that are good that we haven't watched.
Yeah, we only have like 150 episodes. There's a lot more than 150 horror movies out there, guys. Come on. Find something. We've missed an entire series. We haven't done Texas Chainsaw, Phantasm,
there's
Child's Play.
There's a reason we haven't done Texas Chainsaw.
Child's Play will do
Oh,
later
man.
this year because it's an
Part 2's so
anniversary.
good.
Oof.
You know what?
Canon.
There's like the one with Matthew McConaughey is probably the worst one.
4.
Yeah.
Generation.
Some of them are pretty decent. So
3 is Vigo.
yeah, it does.
I've never seen it, but...
I have. It's got what's his name from
Ken
Dawn of the
Foray.
Dead? Ken Foray, yeah.
Or 4E. Or what's his name?
If you want to get a hold of us, Facebook.com/horrorcasting, horrorcastings@gmail.com. We're on Twitter @horrorcasting. Rate and review the show on iTunes and Podbean.
Automatic.
Next month is anniversary month.
What are we watching?
We're watching Rosemary's Baby,
Hold on, it's an all-star lineup, people.
Night of the Living Dead, The Exorcist, and The Wicker Man for 50
Wait.
years and 45-year anniversary.
Please tell me it's the Nicolas Cage Wicker Man. I
It's
want to
not.
see him punch. I want to see him punch a lady.
It's
in
not
the
good.
but I feel like we could do that at some point too.
That'll get
That'd
a
be
higher
fun.
score than some of these movies, I think.
Yeah,
Honestly.
we're gonna do the classic originals that we haven't covered yet.
Fantastic.
And then the next month after that, we're each trying to pick our own anniversary movie.
Yeah, what was your fucking plan of action on how we go about picking a movie? You
Just-
text me and I'm like, I have no idea what the hell.
It just has to be
It's got to
a
end
5.
with it's got to end with the letter E with the date of an odd
No,
number.
it's got to be an 8
5
or
or
a 3.
0,
Yes.
so 8 or
an 8 or a
3.
3 for an anniversary.
25th, 30th, 35th, 40th, 45th, 50th, something like that.
Yeah, so I'm picking Night of the Demons because it came out in 88. It'll be 30 years this year.
Right.
So you can go 83, 88.
I'll pick the
93.
original Halloween because it's 40th fucking anniversary.
We already reviewed that, Ben.
I don't
Yeah.
care. I love that movie.
And we'll probably have to revisit it again when the new one comes out this year.
Yeah, we should go. We should.
We need to revisit 6 because we have no episode of 6.
We
Unfortunately.
Really.
We won't
I
have
picked up
one.
the double Blu-ray with the producer's cut.
I
and
wanted to watch the
director's cut.
producer's cut.
The
Uh,
Wizard Stones.
I picked it up on Blu-ray for $5 one day because I was like, well,
It's a much
worth it.
more cohesive movie.
You
except
say
for-
that.
No, it is. Have you seen them back to like side by side?
No, I have not.
The producer's cut makes sense,
I have
except
seen-
for
I've
Paul
never-
Rudd putting rocks down.
Okay, that's the one I haven't seen.
Yeah.
Even
Ayn
though-
Rand.
Ayn.
Ayn Rand.
That's right.
That's a Jeopardy answer a lot.
Mhm.
What,
a lot of people think that she's controversial, but Anthem.
The Fountainhead.
The
That's
Fountainhead's
the
a
one.
little controversial.
That's the
but-
one that's always an answer to.
Yeah.
And I try to remember things like Kurt Vonnegut and like
Do you have 80?
Jack Kerouac. No, I just always
Wait,
try
wait,
to
wait. Go ahead and get us out of here.
thrill me.